we're introducing this concept called the prompted moment of truth. And okay, welcome to another edition of Startup Coffee Talk. I'm Pete Blackshaw.
Hey, Hudepohl.
We are officially entering month 2. Pressure's on. We got to really deliver. We're at startup speed. So, Hank, how we doing?
I think we're in a great spot. You know, one of the things we've done recently is put together a pitch deck for investors. And one of the slides in the deck is a momentum slide, and it shows kind of day by day how we're moving. I was once told by an investor that you need to think about moving a startup at the pace of a miracle a week. And we've been moving at the pace of a miracle a day. It's like what old Blood and Guts used to say, General Patton. He would say a plan that is a good plan that's executed violently today is better than a perfect plan executed next week. And I think we're actually developing some product.
Yeah.
So the opportunity to talk to some of the biggest brands in the world this early in our company is really unrivaled. I feel like what I love is that you're so connecting with people and opening doors for us. What I've been able to do on the product side is really accelerate the discovery phase.
We're getting in the door. I mean, we still have a ways to go in terms of like getting commitments from some players, but we got in the door and I think they're intrigued, and I think one of them even referred to us as a partner even though he hadn't signed a deal, so I saw that as an early signal, and they were no small player.
The phase that we're in, I call it product discovery, and this is really about finding that product market fit, and companies can just get lost in there. Companies can spend way too much time in product discovery and also way too little time, so we've got to find the sweet spot.
The other thing that I feel good about is that you can't do this without thought leadership, because to some extent we're almost like inventing the category. Not we're inventing it, I don't want to sound boastful, but I think we're kind of ahead of the curve, and it gives us some license to kind of help the marketplace kind of understand what's going on. So we're introducing this concept called the prompted moment of truth, and we're trying to differentiate it versus, we've heard a lot about first moment of truth, second moment of truth when you see the product on the shelf or you try it and you experience, and then of course Google popularized the notion of the zero moment of truth, which is more of like the exploratory investigative period. It's where I think search plays a big role. But what we've been underscoring is that the consumer journey cycle may really shrink and speed up because of generative AI, and we call it the prompted moment of truth. We're in a world where you just get one result, you kind of play within the box, but fundamentally the what within the box doesn't change, and it's not like a Google experience where there's 10 links, so that one single prompt could be very material.
I think this is a really big idea, because the shopper paradigm, as people know it today, is going to be different tomorrow.
I mean, put it in perspective, even if like maybe 20% of business moves to the prompted moment of truth, brands are going to have to really up their game in terms of being part of that algorithmically generated answer. And that's not something you can buy your way into in advertising. You're going to have to know your algorithmic anchors. You're going to have to step up your game on your website. You're probably going to need to put out a lot more FAQs. In some cases, you may have to just completely step back and change the strategy, because the prompt may lead to you're not sustainable, full stop. You're not a responsible supply chain, full stop.
Imagine that experience in the moment of shopping in such a way that you reach for the other item on the shelf because of something you've learned through the generative AI, one prompt.
Exactly. One of the milestones that we've set is that Earth Day is coming around the corner. Yeah. What we're going to be doing is we're going to crank out a white paper, but we're also going to put out our first ever green scorecard. And that scorecard is going to look at industry leaders, laggards, and we'll be building a taxonomy in terms of the way we think about green, and even offering some suggestions that kind of combined AI plus our human expertise. And then we brought on, we're not going to announce it yet, brought in a real vertical expert similar to Kelly Cohen, who really knows green.
Our vision's clear. We're helping brands win, not only protect their brand, but win opportunities in a world of generative AI.
All right, well, we're, as we mentioned, we're entering month 2, signing off from Startup Coffee Talk here at the Treatment Center at Red Tree Coffee. Thanks. I'm Pete Blackshaw.
I'm Hank Hudepohl.
Ciao.